welcome back to the LCS. This is the unpixelated version, although it's actually just the max amount of pixels. It's a full pixel version.
Exactly.
This is Janitor Thresh, so if you guessed Janitor Thresh, you nailed it. I've been told Grab Magnet was the first one to get it in Twitch chat.
Good job.
So I don't know what you get. Congratulations. Let's take a look at both skins in game. So here's going to be the Thresh skin that we just saw the splash art for.
Is he getting people with his mop?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That he is.
And that's beautiful.
Oh, that's a sick ult, man.
Oh my god. Okay, that's fun. I'm getting one of these.
We're also going to see the Azir skin. Oh my gosh. That's actually pretty sweet.
He's doing his job out there. He's doing his job.
As a Thresh player, I have to get it.
Okay, here's Azir. Let's see.
Wait, what the hell?
What is his job?
What do they have?
Do we need to guess Azir's job based off of this? This is like a separate game.
Are those like
he's an attorney.
Oh yeah, that one was already revealed, I think, right? I've seen that one, I think, on Twitter.
Okay. Just a note, fans of Dome have a chance to earn these skins at the LCS Finals by completing day job-related challenges. We'll see about that. That'll be on September 6th and 7th at the YouTube Theater. Tickets are available at riot.com/LCS Championship. And the skins will be available on live servers on September 11th. So that's happening. We also have this Team Liquid vs 100 Thieves series, 1-0 for Team Liquid. Very dominant game one. Treats, if you're 100 Thieves, what do you do?
What's that conversation like behind the scenes?
That's a very good question. I think a lot of it comes down to the swap. I think a lot of it comes down to the confidence in the swap and also the champions in the swap. I think that if I'm Sniper, I probably realized that I couldn't do anything this game, so I don't want to play any more Renekton. Impact favors a lot of the tanks in the swap, which makes sense, obviously, because you have an easier job in the swap. You can defend and attack, kind of. So I think a lot of it comes down to kind of adapting in the draft for 100 Thieves.
Not a lot of, especially after a game like that, there's a lot that players would want to talk about, but you don't get that much time to be able to do that. What's that time kind of conversation like behind the scenes? Like, what do you immediately try to hit?
I think a lot of it comes down to mentally resetting as well. I think everyone has their own way of mentally resetting, but I think that's honestly the most important, especially after a loss. I think there's not that much info you can kind of provide as a coach that actually will stick into the next game. I think some clear things are really obvious, like for example, you could tell Sniper, oh, they like to swap if they are up tempo on their bot lane and they have a good swap champs for it, right? I think something like that is easy to kind of point out, but I do think a lot of it comes down to the draft. And obviously now 100 Thieves are on blue side. I think it's easier to kind of draft for themselves in a way where they can just have a more stable comp.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like after a loss like that, you
go next.
Take a drink.
Yeah.
Have maybe some fruit.
Good banana.
Honestly, try and avoid discussing it for a couple minutes, and then you say, so we're going blue side next game. And you just move on. Because the environment of game 2 is going to be so unique compared to the environment of game 1. And obviously, they did pick blue side because after losing the game, the team that loses gets to pick sides, and blue side has been very dominant so far in these playoffs, and we're into it.
I want to see what the priority is going to be from 100 Thieves on blue side this time around, because Senna, they've been a pretty good Senna team.
Yeah, they did play it against us, and I also think that the Vi Prio might be really high in the series. It's something that both junglers really love to play, and it's just a very strong champ in the meta in general. You can kind of play it with a lot of different champs. You don't have to play the Taliyah, which APA played. You can play, honestly, you can play an AD mid with an AP top as well. Vi is banned by TL as the last fan, which I think makes sense. River is a really good Vi player, so it will be interesting to see. I think for me, the bot matchup was kind of whatever. I think both bot lanes are very flexible. For me, top is probably where he's offering the horn. I don't think he's locking it in. I think
Smolder like they should pick Senna, but they might just think Smolder's super broken.
Yeah, I mean, I did say that if they win, it's through scaling, right?
Yeah.
I think it looked strong last game too, and it's obviously a flex for 100 Thieves as well. I just feel like it's kind of hard to get through the early game for them as well. They have to pick some champs that are more flexible in the early game than their last draft.
Might be a little bit better this time around, because like last game, having to deal with both Vi and Taliyah as a Smolder, even if you're using it as a flex, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
This time around, at least they get an idea. They're still going to have to deal with the Taliyah. Now that I said that, right, immediately the Taliyah is coming through. How frustrating is it to play against the Taliyah, like especially APAs?
I mean, he's everywhere. Yeah. He's also very good in lane on Taliyah. I think some champs he struggles with in lane. I think some of the AD matchups he's not as good as, for example, Jordan. I think he accelerates like really fast on these AD mids, but I think AP on the Taliyah, he's very willing to give some farm in the mid game and just find plays. I think he's a very good player at finding plays in general, so it fits him as a player. And obviously, Sejuani for UmTi is kind of a classic. Against us, we banned before, like was it Sejuani Maokai?
Yeah.
The two UmTi classics. Here we go, a better lane swap champ this time for Sniper. Jax is a way better champ at defending than the Renekton, so I like to see that.
There's a chance that instead of trying to keep up with swapping, 100 Thieves just commits to standard lanes and then hopes to track when the dive is coming and just let Jax sit under turret. I feel like simplifying as much as possible for 100 Thieves would be the way forward, just with the way that game 1 happened. The extension of the lane swap decisions felt like it became a little bit unplayable for 100 Thieves in the rest of the game. So I really do like the Jax in this game because it can be something that Sniper, 1, is very comfortable with in general, and then 2, is one of the best champions at defending against the dive.
This would be interesting if it comes through for Impact. That's an old school classic for Impact.
He is really good at it, but it would be weird.
There are some picks.
Cassante.
Yeah, it's not going to get locked in. There's some picks where you see someone solo queue history and they're like, okay, he's playing a lot of DP. Wait, he's also playing a lot of Corky top, and then we just never see it. You're like, damn, okay, never mind. I should not put much value into that one.
This might have been one where Impact's like, just let me play GP 1 game, and coach says, no, just lock in Cassante. Make it easy.
Yes.
I have heard an anecdote from Spawn before where he does have a lot of final say in picks and bans.
Yeah.
So even though you definitely want to have your top laner's opinion, he knows that APA is the one that's locking in the pick. So he can just tell him to lock into Cassante, and then that's what Impact plays.
No say.
Thought just crossed my mind. I know the Jax is something that Sniper is quite good at, but having known that UmTi and River are both, like, they played Jax jungle in the past, and when you're in a playoff series, how important it is to have a flex pick. They already have a Smolder. Do you think that can be a Jax jungle, or do you think it's going top and they're just going to pick a jungle on 4-5?
I would say 99% it's going into the top lane.
Yeah.
I think in general, also just because Sniper is such a good Jax, it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
I think overall it can be a flex pick, surely. I don't think the Sejuani matchup is actually that good for Jax either, so maybe if it was something into like the Xin Zhao, which has been a kind of normal counter in the past, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see what TL picks first, because when you have the choice of AD carry and sup pick on 4, it really varies from draft to draft. You can sometimes pick something like the Leona, which I don't think is a great pairing with Sejuani and Taliyah. There's a lot of Merc Treads value. So maybe something like the Rell into the Nautilus makes sense. And then they can hold their AD pick for 5. Kalista is also open, but doesn't look like an insane Kalista game. So I would expect them to pick something like the Rell, maybe like a stable AD carry as well. Could be something that they do.
They do need a little bit of damage, would be the only call out here. I think Cassante Sejuani is a little bit low damage for top side.
Kalista or not, that would work here too, for sure.
And when you're going up against CoreJJ, you're a little concerned that he's waiting for a perfect opportunity for a Taric or something, so you already said it, so that's going to be a Rell.
Yeah.
But I was praying for a Taric or something. That was personally.
And those champs are really good into drafts like this. I just think that it also just frees up Yeon to pick a lot of different champs. Kai'Sa is obviously banned now, but I could even see him playing something like the Ziggs in 5 pick here. I don't think they don't need that much damage against the enemy comp, and if 100 Thieves kind of plays a long-range, like Smolder front-to-backy comp, I think something like the Ziggs is actually really good, and it's also very effective in the lane swap. So I think it kind of depends where they put the Smolder. I would just expect it to go mid again, and them just playing kind of an immobile AD carry here. Something like the MF, MF is kind of the standard pick here, I would say, from the side of 100 Thieves. I think now you could slam a Ziggs if you're Yeon. You could also look something like the Jhin, just like a normal standard champ. But I think for the swap especially, the Ziggs has a lot of value.
I've been seeing it banned quite a bit, Ziggs in particular. A lot of it feels like, oh, it could be targeted towards the team. How strong do you feel like Ziggs is right now in the meta? Because it has been getting a lot of sneak bans.
Yeah, Zeri is also just another good scaler. But Ziggs is very strong because a lot of comps also kind of have a lot of frontline with one engage tool. So I think when you have something like the Ziggs or Zeri that can just front to back easily, it just makes a lot of sense for the draft. So I think the only negative with Zeri is that she's actually not that insane at swaps. She's not that good at diving towers because her Q just goes right into the tower. So if they're trying to dive Jax and Jax is just hiding behind the tower, actually pretty hard to dive him. So
if I were to take a step back a little bit, which comp do you favor more?
I would honestly say I favor TL's comp more. It's a bit easier to play, but I could see 100 Thieves actually having a better early game and Smolder scaling. So slight TL favor.
Sweet, sounds good to me. Down to hear from the casters. I'm going to send it straight back to you guys.
Thank you, Lounge. We're getting into game number 2 here. Time to find out if 100 Thieves can battle back in this series or if TL is going to take a bit of a stranglehold on it after a very dominant game number 1 off of that lane swap.
Honestly, too, I kind of like what 100 Thieves has done. You know, they got the tier 2, like the later pick of the Zyra to ensure that you're going to have a Leandries on your team to deal with all those tanks that Team Liquid generally like to run. So much value out of that burn that they're going to try and get. 100 Thieves, of course. I think I agree with the Lounge in that they kind of need a good early game so you don't get behind with this, because then you're going to be too squishy, and then Team Liquid are going to be able to force too much on you with the Sejuani, with the Rell. So I think tracking CoreJJ, that is #1 on everybody's list, especially after last game.
I would say #1 on their list should be muting APA, but he's starting already in game number 2. I was like, oh, that's nice. Impact starting with the GLHF. They're going to be nice and happy. And then APA, maybe you guys play game 2?
I feel like him and JoJo are the 2 players that are most muted by other players in the LCS. But we did have, speaking of Core and how well he did in game 1 and how annoying he was on that pick, as we see him going in again at level 1. 4th all-time for assists.
And again, TL have 5 people, everybody down here for this invade to back it up. So once again, fishing through it. The only thing they're worried about now, the other side of the jungle. So you see UmTi crossing back as Sniper actually does drop the ward on the red to be able to track.
Yep, so they're going to try to get the idea of where the lanes are going to be. It looks like it will end up in standard lanes here. 100 Thieves still hanging around, making sure there's not any sort of a late invade coming in from TL, but we see everyone's up to the top side, and we've got Jat with an interview with Coach Golden Glue.
Thanks, Golden Glue. Topic on everyone's minds after game 1 was the extended lane swap from Team Liquid. So how are you adjusting for this type of chaos in game 2?
Yeah, I mean, well, at the start, it looks like we're not getting a lane swap this game, but I think game 1, the swap was actually going really well for us. We're up XP on both top and AD carry, and we just got like hooked under turret and died. And then that snowballed into the top dive. I think Team Liquid plays like the late rounds and lane swaps pretty well. We kind of already talked and we knew that was going to happen, but kind of was frustrating to see we still fell to it. But next game, this game we got standard, so hopefully it goes better for us.
I did notice the really early lock-in of the Jax for Sniper. Was that a little bit swap related, or is that more just trying to go with your early series prep?
It's just one of those things where, you know, the Renekton obviously didn't have the best game, and so we're just going to swap it up and change the top pick.
All right, how's confidence level for the rest of the series?
Still feel pretty good. I'm really curious how this game is going to go, and I think like we all kind of feel like that game 1 was just like we kind of tossed it away real early and gave them a huge lead early, and we kind of felt like we almost could still win fights even though we're down like 10,000 gold. So, you know, hopefully this game we just don't end early mid-game and we can actually have like an even mid-game to like team fight.
Yeah, well, 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, still an even game, so I'll let you watch the rest of it. Best of luck.
Oh, there's a hook on Yeon. He's going to be ignited. We'll be able to back it out, but it's an early advantage for that 100 Thieves bot lane.
Something I would highlight, too, because Golden Glue touched on it. Never mind. River coming over the ward.
River.
Will he check and actually find him? He sees UmTi.
It's a pretty rare brush. Yeah. That little brush on the inside.
Oh, now he checks it, though.
Just a little too late.
All right. UmTi secures the Gromp as we do have the invade continuing here. Eyla moves up because of that bottom pressure that they got. And again, you're afforded so many luxuries when you have bot pressure like this. That's why I love to see the Misfortune pick coming out here. Another thing that Golden Glue touched on was the later lane swaps. And if you're the team with a Misfortune, with the winning lane...
Get hooked out of the air. Could be in some trouble here. Tomo piling forward. Can't force out the flash.
If you're the team with the Misfortune, with the winning lane on bottom lane, it sets you up for not original lane swaps, but just regular level 6-minute grub swaps really nicely, because Misfortune has such a strong lane phase that they can also use her mobility to go up for those grubs level 6, or at minute 6, excuse me, to be able to get a pseudo lane swap. But bot dive.
Yeah, they're just going to zone Yeon off again.
Yeah, and this is big for 100 Thieves because we've talked about what Tomo has been able to do with this team. APA still is going to have this massive pressure in the mid lane, but on bot side, the thing that allowed that invade was the pushing bot lane. And here you see Tomo before the 100 Thieves before the roster swap, and then after, with Tomo coming in, giving them a point of pressure to play around, as APA is going to use his pressure to aid UmTi on this invade.
Oh, River gets caught by the seismic shove. Could be in trouble if he can stack up the passive. He's going to have to likely flash the wall. Holds on to it. Now flashing late, but 100 Thieves are collapsing. Core's coming in as well. APA's got to run, but he's down already. Yeon's coming in. Can they turn something around? Doesn't look like it. TL sent packing on that one. Quid grabs the first blood, and they force multiple summoners out of TL. They bit off way more than they could chew. Everyone from 100 Thieves collapsed.
Yeah, a bit disrespectful there, Team Liquid diving too deep. I think that was a good bait by River. He's just kind of standing there. You can see him just staring at him, and he does get hit with the big chunk, but then as the rest of the 100 Thieves come, they're able to punish the super deep dive that everyone went in on River.
They want to try to dive this. Core actually saw Eyla. Okay, never mind. He's going to back off. He saw Eyla recall. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say the other big thing is that now this Smolder, who was getting shoved in by APA, ends up getting the kill off of this. As we take a look at this again, River stays here, and APA is following him on the invade, but Quid is going to be able to come around from here, and this bot lane is already rotating in.
And I want to highlight that ward. The ward right there, it did give them vision of River, but because they fully commit to it so deep, even with the extra ward giving them vision there, so UmTi could start the knock up there so they can get
back to live as APA gets flash hooked by Eyla. He is caught. No flash from the previous play. It's another good kill. I saw in the picture-in-picture, he had a good initial seismic shove to disengage Eyla, but then Eyla caught him with the flash hook, it looked like.
And Kobe, you talked about, okay, where are we going to put...
Oh, Tomo in trouble now. Going to flash forward onto him. He flashes out. The stun does not land from Core, but he's tanking it up. And Yeon's got him, surely. They trade back a kill. Nice roam from Eyla, but TL will not allow it to go unanswered.
Yeah, they do answer bot side, but Kobe, you had talked about here is Eyla waiting as Quid is going to be able to rotate up from the wave, get the kill after coming back from resetting. I think the big thing here is, again, they're able to rotate up for that first grub take.
Oh, Impact's going to go all out. Sniper in trouble, but Quid is here to back him up. That could have been a solo kill, but instead, now it might just be a dive. They're softening him up under the tower. He has the Antovo strikes, does connect onto Sniper, but doesn't want to discord, flashing in, gets the kill in the 1v2. Who else but Impact? Quid, you got nowhere to go. Pulled out of the sky by the Casante's blades. Can he get another? Just barely sidestepped. River comes in to bail him out, but it's Impact in the top lane. Colin top die.
That's why they picked the Casante, you know?
Oh, Sniper! What was Sniper doing? He was so disrespectful. And you can't do that to Impact right in front of his face on the tower. But Sniper sticks around. He wants his turret plate money. Tries to jump out on Jax, but it's too late.
Yeah, he goes in here. Well, I want to see this again.
Respect
Sniper,
your elders.
yeah,
That's the lesson here.
Respect the GOAT.
Respect your elders.
He thinks he's good also because he has Quid here for backup, right? So he is going to go in. Yeah, thinks he's going to be able to get the kill.
So I guess he's waiting for Counter-Strike to come back up?
I would guess so, yeah. But I mean, just going in turret range against Casante when he can so easily. And Impact almost gets this as well.
Yeah, if it weren't for that root from River, he absolutely gets it. And then barely sidestepping that just about clipped him. Impact really playing well as we've come to inspect from this guy. He has just been so good for so long.
So I went back on the Observer computer to look at the cooldown on his Counter-Strike, and it just came up like 0.1 seconds there. So he could have been like, if he was smashing it, maybe? Yeah. If he was mashing it, it could have come up, but man.
That's what I was thinking, is that he wanted to be up on him and then have Quid hold aggro from range, and he goes in with the Counter-Strike, and they try to dive him like that. But obviously went a little bit too early, and Impact's going to punish you for those tiny mistakes every single time. UmTi now sitting on a ward here, has been spotted out. Remember, the winner here not only qualifies for Worlds, they'll also be in the LCS Finals as the Lightning Crash comes out, but he's hooked into the tower. The bullet time coming through, clearing out most of that wave, but UmTi's behind them, and here comes APA. They want to look for the dive. How are they going to set it up? Nails the ulti under the tower, and on the other side, it's a fight between Impact and Sniper. Sniper and River looking to take him down as TL get two on the bottom side. It's traded back on top by 100 Thieves.
Once again, we have a very bloody start, but I really like this out of TL because now APA is going to be able to get damage onto this turret. Sniper is going to trade on top side, and it also should give them first rotation on this Drake after sure it was 100 Thieves bot lane that ended up getting the initial push with the MF.
At the very least, this is a much better condition this time around for 100 Thieves after these second swaps, because they are not failing their opposite side map plays this time around. Last time, TL was winning both sides because CoreJJ was just blasting everyone and then roaming to the other side of the map. But this time around, at least 100 Thieves did successfully pull off their play on the top side while they get dove bottom. That was a nice snipe there from UmTi, though, to set it all up. And Team Liquid do get their successful dive on bottom side. It's just answered with the kill on impact.
Tomo just barely, his bolt time didn't get those range minions. Otherwise, it would have been a lot harder of a dive to actually set up, but just couldn't quite get it. And yeah, they do get that kill back. And they also got a plate mid, they got a plate top. So not too bad gold swing wise.
And I would say for 100 Thieves, you are focused on Quid yet again, the Smolder. He has been able to do so much for this team when he gets his hands on the Smolder, and with 3 kills really early on. We'll keep track of the stacking here if he can accelerate that as well. But Quid, definitely a big possibility there for 100 Thieves to actually fight back in this series and really push it way further than we saw in game number 1, which TL just kind of stomped them in.
And he was so good last week, and honestly was dominant as far as the DPM he was putting out in regular season versus playoffs. He was really stepping up in that series, was a monster performer for them. Smolder is absolutely a champion that can pump out the damage, and he has that great early start.
Yeah, and as we see TL rotating up to take grubs, the big thing for
they're scrapping on bot side. Impact and Sniper going at it again as River is engaging on the top side. Yeon looking like he might get burst down. Impact and Sniper do disengage, but it's Quid chasing APA. APA in trouble. He's surrounded, gonna have to flash out. It looks like UmTi's gonna be able to block for him. The seismic shove comes in. Hook will lollipop to UmTi, but it's going to be disengaged. Bot side, is there a re-engage on this? Looks like both top laners content with what they got.
Oh, and Quid got that kill. He sniped it with Mom. The Mom came in to give Quid his allowance here.
Not even the same player.
Gets the last hit on that one. Continues to feed the Smolder.
Flash forward, Glacial Prison connects. Seismic shove is going to be there. He's shut down. Kobe, why'd you have to praise him?
Kobe, I was literally
That's what you get for calling your mom. That's what you get for calling your mom.
I was just about to circle this and be like, look, Quid is in such a great situation, right? Like, one of the big differences in this game for 100 Thieves is that Sniper and Quid, they're 2 solo laners that I like to play around, are both in really good positions, especially off of that initial kill that Quid was able to get. Now, Sniper is in a good, is in an alright spot, but the big thing is that APA got that shutdown.
He did, and he needed it. And now look at that, he's got a bounty on his head.
Sniper's in trouble, got scooped back into the tower there. Looks like it's just going to be the shot.
And to me, too, it also highlights some of the plays that UmTi does for this team. We were discussing the All-Pro and how, you know, for TL, UmTi was the only one not on first team, but him waiting around on the Sejuani in the Fog of War to set it up for him and get his carries that shutdown, get him that extra gold. Now you've got APA with huge CS numbers here on the Taliyah, with the mobility to really influence mid-game on the map. You know, he is the pivotal one here to move around and actually keep those lanes in check.
And I'm always way more impressed by a really good farm like this. You know, he's up to about 140 pre-13 minutes. When you take into consideration, he moved down and actually tried to back up the invade on the red. He went bot for a dive. Like, he has been moving around the map, so he's getting all his farm. He's being active on the map, and that's exactly what you want to see from Taliyah.
Yeah, and that's an underrated part of APA's Taliyah, right? Is he has a really good sense of where to move on the map, and overall, just generally, TL are really good at getting gold onto their carries just through really smart lane assignments.
Look at this focus on the wards through river here, 400 Thieves. Nicely set up for them. Lots of vision waiting for this play, and you see everyone just stand off right now. Whoever moves first is going to be the easier one picked here. The CC setup lying in wait, and they wait for the extra person to come through. Quid even flies over the wall here to ensure that they have the safe pathway
APA
with
has
vision.
No flash. This could be a little bit dicey. He doesn't know that they're around. It's going to throw down the wall to try to cut him off. Just a split second too late to actually lock Eyla on the wrong side there. Both teams playing around vision very, very well. It looked like initially 100 Thieves were actually trying to set up a trap onto UmTi because they had a ward over the grub wall that saw him enter that pit. But both teams playing it smart, and I do think 100 Thieves has a real shot at it in this game. They have a very good composition to kill these tanks. If TL aren't perfect on their engages, there's so much DPS in this 100 Thieves squad.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. Like, this team could not fall behind early. Right now, like, 200 gold lead, not a massive, massive advantage, but it is a really good spot for this
fight
composition
breaking out,
to be
TP's
in.
coming in. Impact's going to try to buy time for that TP as he goes all out on a sniper, trying to chase him down. APA is here. The seismic shove tries to backstep it, but he can't. He's trying to use it to turn it around onto Impact, but he gets scooped back in, and he gets knocked down. APA out there on the map. Call him Mr. Worldwide.
And look at the rest of the map right now. The only real counterplay for 100 Thieves is to hard push on top. You can pick up this Rift Herald and get Quid up to top tower. If Quid could get solo tower gold, but
engage around mid. It's cleansed out from the ulti. Yeon trying to turn around onto Eyla. UmTi looking to block the shots. The bullet time comes out, and it's the engage from CoreJJ. One's down, two's down, count them. River's next to fall. Yeon's gonna pick him up, rack him up, and knock him down. Liquid gonna grab the Herald as well.
It's the River Rell from Team Liquid. That horse comes through just when they need it. CoreJJ arrives. Quid gonna fight them on this Rift
they're
Herald.
keeping in. The Jax is gonna come. They're looking for the 2v3. Cooldowns are lacking for TL, so Yeon has to run. Impact is here, though. They're gonna be able to push them out. And at the very least, the mom's coming over the top. Can they get them low enough? Sniper's going to go in. He goes in with the big counter strike. Knocks down one. Yeon had to flash out. Quid flashes in to follow. He's going to get spotted by that ward. Doesn't give him vision to kill. Not just yet. On the other side, it's Sniper against Impact, but UmTi making that an unfair fight. Quid trying to get him. Yeon goes over the wall, buying so much time. Finally, they get the shutdown. And now Ayla's here as well. But APA is in, and Sniper is down. Quid spent so much time trying to kill the Zeri that he lost his Jax on the other side.
Yeah, I was about to point out, okay, but APA is still getting bot side turret. Then we had this skirmish that goes on for so long. He's actually able to get in on the back side of it. And now Impact is actually going to TP mid to try to stop Tomo from taking this turret.
Plus, if they just fully commit to this Rift Herald, I mean, Team Liquid have a pathway towards the, well, actually they're going to, CoreJJ is going to look around as they do it, but they do have a pathway towards the Dragon here too. Dragon #1 in the game. Looks like APA commits to staying topside, will finish out that push. There are no more teleports for Team Liquid. So 100 Thieves here, they have the advantage with Quid still having his and just going to push out bot.
Yeah, and we'll see. It does look like APA is going to rotate down for this potential Dragon take instead of staying topside. And 100 Thieves might not contest this.
Yep.
The Quid's heading up from bot.
Looks like TL are in a pretty good position to take it. They're happy, I think, over on the other side, though, for 100 Thieves. Jax in that side lane, trying to continue getting farm as much as he possibly can. Of course, APA going to be difficult to deal with as he has 2 items already. So they do see the Dragon.
I think it's pretty nice for 100 Thieves to just remain calm at this moment, even though they are over 1,000 gold down and 1 single Dragon stacked up here.
Oh, that's annoying. It's going to actually block the Herald charge. He can try to bring it up to a different lane. He's doing a little loop-de-loop, but can't quite pull it off.
But he's not gonna
the engage going in, though. Tomo has to flash out as CoreJJ goes over the top, and Quid is caught. Quid is down as Impact goes all out, and River turning around with the Stranglethorns. The bullet time not connecting on too many, but Impact is burst out. APA low as well. Everyone has the blinking health bars, but APA charging forward gets another. Team Liquid, of course they come out on top.
The double kill for APA, the re-engage as the Rift Herald's doing circles on the map. Team Liquid strike quickly.
And there you see just, again, how well APA knows this Taliyah as it comes down, it blocks, Ayla has to do this weird little loop here. And then really what I want to watch is immediately when that hits onto Tomo, Core comes in and they lock down Quid. The wherewithal for TL to know exactly where they can jump on the carries, the bullet time setup has not been super great for 100 Thieves either. They have not been able to get it onto Yeon specifically. He's always been able to dart out of it. Then you see APA on the cleanup. The way he uses this Taliyah is just so smart.
You shall not pass. They do not get to use the Rift Herald in the mid
UmTi
lane.
going in. Another Glacial Prism, but this one's buffered beautifully. River, though, may not be so lucky as they're piling in. Here comes Impact, and River has no flash, nowhere to go. River is out of there.
It's so interesting how TL are constantly able to just assassinate enemy carries with so many tanks on their team, with so many angles to get these engages off, and they actually get a stop onto Sniper with everyone else here. UmTi could try and cut off.
UmTi is going in, and in comes Weaver's wall. They're going to try to stop him from getting out. He tries to flash out, pops the ulti for a little bit more resistances, but we don't know if it's going to be enough because Impact goes all out. Nice leap strike, the bullet time there to cover. Getting them out is successful, saving Private Sniper, pulled off.
They can push mid, mid. They're going to get at least a tower here in compensation for that. But TL snowballing so quickly, it's getting out of control.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I do like that decision to at least try to push down mid. However, on this top side, they already get the tier 1. APA is going to be pushing this wave into tier 2 and then resetting.
And APA, he's the one racking up most of the last hits here in these fights, and he's gotten the exact same bill again on Taliyah. Honestly, he's almost on the same pace for another super early death cap. We're at 20 minutes. He has both his rods ready to complete here. And it is crazy, the world in which we are now living, where APA is just godlike, ruling the LCS here, when it was so recent, when everyone was flaming him only just a year ago. Look at that.
And he has been such a big part of this, right? About the fact that this team has improved so much. Yeon and APA have made remarkable improvements. And as a result, TL has just been looking so bulletproof. It's been 163 days since they've lost the series. They went undefeated in the regular season. They're on the march and trying to make it an undefeated entire split.
And I do want to point out a kind of unsung hero in a lot of these fights who's setting up for APA and Yeon. Look at UmTi. Like, I know we joke about, okay, Maokai, Sej, he had a great buy game in the first game of this series, and it's been a lot of his setup that's allowed for them to clean up.
They're on Baron, though, and 100 Thieves well aware of it. Core has a great flank angle, but 100 Thieves are coming in. This is going to be a tough one to take, but they drop the Weaver's wall. Looks like they want to commit to it. Core is still not spotted. The Baron's getting incredibly low, and it's going to be secured by UmTi on the other side. The first kill already goes down. APA has been finished off. Impact goes all out, and they did kill Sniper. Can they continue the chase? Quid going in, slowing him down with the Achu. The ultimate coming across multiple members. That one tagged Yeon. Core has fallen as well. 100 Thieves wants to get more, but can they do so? Doesn't look like it, as Yeon should be able to walk this one out. Impact is already based, and UmTi should be able to get out of there as well. It cost them a couple lives, but they got a kill back, and they got the Baron.
Yeah, I definitely still worth it here for Team Liquid. They should be able to use this Baron buff to take away a lot of the rest of the towers here on the map. Resetting really quickly for that dragon. And I would shout out the peel from UmTi in this one. His W2 on Sejuani barely tagging there at the end, not allowing them to continue the chase. But here's a look at the decision to actually burn the Baron. 100 Thieves, they charge in, and the Sejuani ult goes right between Quid and Tomo, not hitting either of them, so that 100 Thieves are still able to chase through, but they still get the Baron, and as you say, they got one kill, so they still, it's only like 2 for 1, and not that bad as far as the kills go, plus the extra benefit of now being able to push down objectives. And right as they cut the replay was the W2 from UmTi there to slow, so that they couldn't continue chasing onto Yeon.
Yeah, that was really big. I mean, he landed multiple of those. Core just turns, realizes, I'm going to die. I'll give my life to slow them down. The zap comes over, slows them down. Those little things turned a really good play, you know, from being a really bad play if they all died.
And that's why I'm glad that I didn't cast or curse UmTi there, right? Because I was just talking
This is the smite
about how him, about how him on the Sej.
On in some trouble. Mom going to come over the top. Nothing to follow it up, though.
How him on this Sejuani, on stuff like the Maokai, even in the buy in the last game, we saw him setting up so well for the TL carries to really pop off.
Now, looking at it from the 100 Thieves perspective here, yes, you are down, but it's not as overwhelming as game number 1. And remember, you still have Smolder here. You have Quid. As long as he's able to survive without getting flanked like we saw in the mid fight, where it was literally UmTi, CoreJJ, and Impact from 3 different directions, all immediately engaging onto Quid and killing him. If they can actually keep Quid up, he is almost at his rapid fire cannon. And then you start to get to use your stacks here, which are just about to complete as well for him. He's fairly close to getting that, plus the rapid fire. Then you actually get to use that long range poke and try and whittle them down.
Something else I'm a little bit concerned about is can 100 Thieves keep River having access to his own jungle, right? He has less farm than Sejuani, and Teal are so good at when they get a lead, pushing in, stealing away all your camps. Zyra needs farm. Zyra needs items. You know, you can't just sit back and peel and throw out ultis. You have got to be a real threat, and at this point he might not be, but Impact definitely is, and Sniper pulled into the rest of the team. He's gone. The bullet time is big from Tomo. It does get a burn down there from River. Yeon over the wall is getting a lot of damage done, but he's killed. Quid takes him out and gets another as the plants are cooking him up, and it's barbecue time. Quid gets another kill. It's a double for him. It's River getting a lot of damage done as they were ignoring those plants, and they cooked him.
All right, I need, in the replay, can the observer click on River and see if that was single-digit HP survival for the Zyra there? Because it looked like it to me, and it was all without the teleport call from TL.
Yeah.
They told APA, just keep pushing. This fight is going to be over so quickly that it will not change it if you teleport, so just get the objective on bottom side. And unfortunately for TL, that big combo from 100 Thieves was enough to burst down multiple members.
Yeah, so they get on to Sniper, but then this Zyra ult into the MF ult is huge. Tomo goes untouched, and even when, oh, wow.
Look at the plants.
Yeah.
Look at River's HP.
What do you got?
One. Hit one. Hit one and then regen to 2.
Literally 1 HP survival. Thank you, observers. I love you.
Yesterday we had a 1 HP Dragon. Today we have a 1 HP Zyra. That was crazy.
Calculated.
100 Thieves
Oh my God.
are able to get a lot done there. The Zyra plants did so much in the back of that fight, you know, finishing off Impact, finishing off Core, finishing off so many members.
That's the difference between the pros and us. They calculate
True.
There you
those
go.
down to the 1 HP.
Ones and zeros, baby.
He barely dodged the Sejuani W2. It was inches from his face. But let's take a look at these objective bounties, because there is some good news for 100 Thieves. Sniper gets one. Mid lane there, they're fishing around, but looks like 100 Thieves should be able to play defensively and back off.
Yeah, and honestly, TL didn't take that many early dragons or anything, so Soul is not yet a big threat. You know, it's still 1:40 until even the 3rd dragon here for TL, so 100 Thieves can still continue slow playing this. They have so much gold here onto Quid. He's going into likely a Leandries. Sometimes people do Riftmaker 4, but it's likely going to be that Leandries where your poke really starts to crank up. At this point in the game, you have a lot of points in your W, and that plus the rapid fire Q procs are so frustrating to deal with.
Yeah, and if they can get another few fights like that where the setup from the Zyra is just so good for the MF ult to come directly over the top of it, Sniper and Quid are in pretty good positions to clean up fights like that. So these TL still, despite the 4.3k gold lead, does have to be careful.
Yeah, biggest hurdle for 100 Thieves to overcome now is that the TL pick potential is through the roof. They have map control and vision control here, and since UmTi, CoreJJ, and Impact are so good at utilizing that vision control to get their flanks off, everybody has to be so cognizant of that during their pathing to these objectives. TL trying to catch people off in transition, and you see them camping on their control wards, waiting for their opportunity here to really strike, because APA...
TP's coming in. Look at Core. He's going to be wrapping around, and there's no flash on Tomo. They do spot him, so 100 Thieves should be okay for now.
Yeah, we'll see. They definitely want to be able to jump onto either Quid or Tomo.
It's especially easy too to just like fish for picks with Taliyah, just like that. Actually,
in trouble. This Glacial Prisoner followed up, and he is just dead already. The poke back, not a lot honestly, and they use the bullet time there, so they are in trouble. 100 Thieves got to run, but Sniper gets flicked back. Impact goes all out. Here comes the Weaver's Wall, and that could be the end of it. 100 Thieves are fallen. TL find the window and they pounce, and they're looking to push it down mid.
Can I just say, that was a perfect setup from you, Kobe. That was absolutely beautiful.
Taliyah with vision coverage, you know they're going to go for
Tomo,
it.
nice sidestep, uses that move speed. River's here to try to bail him out, but they are on the wrong side. The Stranglethorn's coming down, but it just doesn't do enough damage. Tomo trying to make something happen, but he's got nothing. Yapton America to the rescue for TL. Gets another. They're pushing down mid. They could even go for the end of the game. Impact's just going to stop the Zyra from basing. It's Eyla alone here. Sniper not up for 5 more seconds. Can he clear out the wave at all? We'll see. Eyla flashing back, just trying to waste their time. Sniper now respawning. TL have taken that first Nexus tower. Will they back it up here? APA relatively low, but Yeon's still pretty healthy, has the summoners. They think better of it. They want to back it off. They're not going to risk anything, and they will be able to get out of there very likely. A 7,000, nearly 8,000 gold lead. Take the jungle, take the dragon, and just put the finishing touches on this one.
Yeah, I thought they might end up trying to barrel down mid. I do think, again, even with them not going for the end, this is something that's just so dangerous about this TL team. They'll get the map into a state where they can immediately just push to end, destroy your base, again, force you to make really bad or not bad decisions, but you have to make very risky decisions around the map, especially with this composition where, again...
Sniper caught out. Seismic shove there to follow up the CoreJJ engage, and he is just dead again. Sniper cannot get any purchase in this game.
Those picks, when you have the map completely blacked out, really nice job there from TL, because you know what 100 Thieves are thinking. They're like, okay, they must be all camping Baron again, right? Similar to last time, they're sitting on their control wards, but they have the other side of the map dark too, and TL fish on the other side, so they get 2 for 1 basically, pick down there, plus the Baron, and now they can return to finish that job.
And look at this Taliyah, almost 4K gold ahead now, 10-3-3 on this pick. APA is so good at recognizing where he can be in team fights with the Taliyah, when he can get catches.
Oh, Core maybe going to get jumped on here, but Yeon is coming, as is UmTi and APA from behind. TL want to look to try to get a fight here to potentially end the game after the Dragon is taken. The bounty is secured. 100 Thieves have got to run, though, and they're caught out away from the rest of the base. Impact and APA also maybe looking for an angle for Sniper. The Weaver's Wall is going to get built. They're going into the base onto Sniper. Sniper's got to try to get out of there, but there's the Pathmaker into the Seismic shove. Back to the base for Sniper. 9 deaths for him. They have just been preying on him all game long. The rest of the 100 Thieves members will be back here, but can they even clear out the waves? Impact flashing forward, scoops in Quid. The Dragon's down, and so are the chances from 100 Thieves. Lightning Crash will seal their fate. Yeon comes in for the easy double. It's match point 2-0 for Team Liquid.
TL's frontline is insane. When you're running Impact, CoreJJ, and UmTi, the enemy team carries, like, you cannot misstep, you cannot blink. One of them will get the engage, they will be on top of you, and you are going down. TL, really nice job once they were able to get the lead, even though it was a little bit slower in this game. They then are able to, step by step, control the map.
Looking incredibly good, but remember, during the Summer Split, you could win a chance to Worlds. Hey, maybe TL will be there. Or a set of 7 Player of the Week statues. Impact has a lot of those. Use your MasterCard to make a purchase from the in-client store and save your card on file for a chance to be entered to win. Let's head on over to the LCS Lounge now to break that one down.
Welcome back to the LCS Lounge. I think it's time to get into the highlights of this game.
Yeah, I think so too.
This was a lot, so it was a lot closer.
Yeah, it was.
It felt like 100 Thieves was going to have a good chance.
For sure. Like the first 8 minutes of the game, it felt like 4 kills went to Smolder's pockets. I was like, how do you lose this?
Let's roll this,
that's
because
what you would think.
we're going to see how we got in these situations. APA ended up being the story of this game, although he definitely had some question mark moments at the start. This first replay is after he was already down Flash.
Yes.
So he started this game 0-2.
Yeah, because he helped out Sejuani for a bot lane invade, died. Go straight mid, Nautilus is there, dies. Pretty rough game at that point in the game.
I think after this top dive, when Impact gets a kill and then Quid barely gets away, if K'Sante went for this play and got 2 kills, the game would be over. But honestly, I also thought, like, Smolder having 4 kills, even though the game was kind of close gold-wise, Smolder can easily carry this game against double tank and Rell, right? So I think the problem for me with the way that 100 Thieves played this game is that they played very narrow. They played very 2 lanes heavy and kind of didn't defend the weak side properly. So even though APA wasn't even in every fight, he was getting so much farm around the map. I think he had like 300 CS at 26 or something like this. So there was a lot of plays back and forth. I think some worked for TL, some worked for 100 Thieves, but in general, TL's bot lane also got ahead, so Yeon got pretty fed on this area as well. He didn't really carry the game, but he had a lot of gold this game.
Yeah, it felt like Tomo and Eyla in particular were the targets. This being said, this fight was great from 100 Thieves from the beginning. Just being able to challenge this, I did not think that 100 Thieves would be able to challenge this fight after the earlier blunder that was happening through mid.
Yeah, Quid got very fed. At this point, he was actually 4-0, and it looked like he was going to be able to carry the game. But then I think this was actually really crucial here when UmTi gets the nice ult out of Fog of War, and they just one-shot Quid. And then the shutdown does go onto APA.
That's
and
huge,
this is really the moment where APA really started pulling ahead of the Smolder.
Yeah, I feel like if Smolder stays ahead the entire game, it's really hard to shut down. But once the Taliyah kind of gets a one-shot
this is insane.
combo...
Let's actually pause it here, or back up just a little bit and pause it. So when the wall distracts the Nautilus to go all the way around here, like Eyla was doing like an emote, like a little thumbs up emote, but everyone on Team Liquid is like, actually, their front line is over here. It's time to just go.
Yeah.
So let's roll this one more time. This was actually a really big turning point in the game. Apple flying over the wall.
I mean, CoreJJ and UmTi know timers really well when to engage, and even though Core missed Tomo here on this combo, they still find the Smolder who's fed, right? So Smolder's dies instantly, and Impact gets really chunked here by River, but I think the positioning of the fight is just better for TL still. They're healthier, they have better summoners up, and they're just better positioned in the lane, so APA is just pumping damage throughout this entire play. His rocks are on the ground, no one can really engage into him, and he finds a nice Q here on River as well.
I think at this point APA is probably about 2,000 gold up on everybody else in the game, but the experience advantage is going to be the big thing. That's a big check mark right there, because that was a big turning point in the game for Team Liquid.
And there's a lot that wasn't
There were
really
so many
shown.
fights in this game.
There were so many fights, and even when it felt like it was a back and forth,
The
Yeah.
Smolder Zyra combination
He arrives,
here.
boom!
And look at the plant on CoreJJ here as well, chunking him with the burn on top.
You can see it barely at the top of the screen. The Smolder guy ends up killing him.
The execute animation on Smolder, I will give it, even though I hate the champ, is very nice. It's very satisfying. It's dopamine every time you see it. Golden Glue was happy with this one too. I mean, this could have been kind of the game-defining moment for 100 Thieves if they kept the Smolder kind of progressing, but TL's setup around objectives is just so frustrating to play against. It feels like you can't walk anywhere.
Let's back this up just a little bit to right before Eyla gets hit by the seismic shove. So right here, we were talking about this. It's so difficult for Eyla to actually make a team fight happen because the overall squishiness of 100 Thieves, if you look at these other four, Jax, who's been getting one shot by Taliyah over here. Then you have a Smolder who wants to be protected, the Misfortune who's got Bloodthirster, and River who's trying to find a flank. So there's really no one good to go in on, so therefore Eyla steps up.
Yeah, they're scared of the Baron, right?
But you have this level 17 Taliyah.
With 4 items,
And let's just watch what happens to Eyla when he tries to be a front
And this is through the Celestial Shield as well, so he's taking 20% less damage in this entire play. But he basically gets 100 to 0 with no flash.
And like, best case scenario, if Nautilus gets an ult on towards Taliyah, who's the only one that's in range, like, what's the follow-up? Taliyah has flash, Taliyah's in fog, like, Taliyah's in a really safe position. There's not really much you can do to follow up with a Nautilus engage in that spot.
It's like it wasn't even a fight.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it was actually even gold at that point.
It was a 5v5 even gold fight, But I think the way that TL position around objectives, especially Core and UmTi, the way they find engages like around corners. In this fight, it was obviously APA with a really good angle, but it's so frustrating to play against a team which like control visions perfectly, and if you walk in, it feels like you're always gonna die, and if they walk into you, it feels like they know that they'll win. So it's like kind of lose-lose.
Yeah, I've got to be a little demoralizing for 100 Thieves because the lane swap in game 1 started well, and it looked like they were in an even game state, but they ended up losing that game by like 15,000 gold.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can win 3 games in a row now. We're headed to break as we go. We have the question of who the best jungler in NA is. UmTi, he's making a solid case this series, but let's see who came out on top in our best jungler NA tournament.
We put all 8 of our LCS junglers through a rigorous series of challenges to determine who is worthy of being crowned the best jungle in A. 3 grueling rounds testing their mental, their athleticism, and their jungling prowess. A no-holds-barred single elimination tournament as 8 competitors enter, and only one will leave with the title King of the Jungle.
Oh my god.
Why did they stop hitting the Baron?
I saved my country.
Round 1 sees all 8 of our competitors put their jungle minds to the test in a round of jungler-focused trivia. The rules are simple. The 4 highest-scoring players advance. The first round requires them to guess as many solo queue jungle champions as possible within the 90-second time limit, while the last 2 rounds are pure tests of knowledge. Let's begin.
I just name every jungler in the game in 90 seconds. Okay, this should be pretty good.
Ivern, Lilia, Fiddlesticks, top 10 this morning.
Oh, really?
Very close.
First thing, Hakarim is the highest. I think Nidalee should be there too. At the solo queue. No. Ivan.
Ivan, yes.
Ivan is there.
Taliyah.
Nope.
Belveth.
Yes.
Lilia.
Yes.
Zyra. No way.
We'll start with Udyr.
Yes.
Kindred.
Nope.
Wow. I gotta think noob champs.
Yi.
Master Yi, yes. The classic.
Ivan.
Yes.
Belveth?
Yep.
Nidalee?
Nope.
Ivern?
Yes.
Oh, Rengar.
No.
Gwen.
Gwen, no.
What? Nocturne? Nocturne has to be
Yes.
there. Nidalee.
Not Nid.
Hecarim.
Yes.
Kha'Zix.
Yes, colleagues.
Graves. Is Bren there?
No, Brent.
Oh my god. Kha'Zix.
Yes, colleagues.
Viego.
Yes,
Kindred.
Nope.
Weird.
Master Yi.
Yes.
Hecarim.
Yes.
Udyr.
Yes.
Diego.
Yes.
Fly?
Nope.
What? Oh my god.
Zyra?
Nope.
Bren?
Nope.
Lilia? Lilia for sure.
Yep. Lilia.
Dude, I should get this. It's not hard. I'm blanking.
Yep.
Gragas.
Really? What?
Carries. What is...
Carries?
It's some random jungler that I don't play, I know. Diana? Gragas?
Nope.
Viego?
Yes.
Southwest. Lee Sin?
Nope.
Volibear?
No Oliver.
Come. Zinzao. What?
8 seconds.
Ivern?
Yes.
Ivan.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Kane?
Okay. 20 seconds.
I'm just missing all the freaky ones.
Wait. Shaco?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Aurora?
No.
What are the champs even in the jungle?
I'm so stumped. It's crazy.
Karthus has to be one of them. Really?
5 seconds.
I don't remember how the jungle is.
I don't know.
Graves? 2 seconds. No Graves. 1.
Open.
The chance you missed were Kha'Zix, Hecarim.
Hecarim. Oh my
Hecarim.
god, that's the big one.
The 5 you missed were Kha'Zix, Viego, Shaco, Udyr, and Nocturne.
Udyr was easy. Udyr was a freebie. Kha'Zix, Hecarim, okay, that's like useless champs. Viego completely useless champ as well.
Zelda,
Completely useless champ.
Shaco,
Completely useless champ.
Udyr, and Master Yi.
Okay, Udyr and Master Yi as well completely useless champ.
Lilia, Udyr, Nocturne, Master Yi.
Kill me.
I'm going
I'm
going
They don't have skills.
Maybe go Taliyah.
They don't have skills. They don't have skills. They don't have skills.
Gonna TP back here.
I can CC. Can you CC?
flash on us.
I CC it. No flash.
44.
Taliyah and Sage.
Oh. He's back. It's all good.
Top wave is really good for me, by the way.
Okay.
Smolder no flash.
I think they're gonna loop for dives anyway. I'm gonna go top side.
Okay.
I'm running top as well.
I will cross
I'm coming slowly. Nice job. Smolder no flash. I'm way back. Smolder no flash. I'm going top side.
Okay, move.
Flash again.
He's on flash.
Rell there.
Yeah.
No flash, Rell, no flash.
Nice.
Taliyah can
Oh, you
cover
guys.
bot.
If he hit the turret, I'm
Tyra
looking.
is coming back side impact.
He plays it. I'm looking.
Not much, right?
Yeah, not much. I lose wave then.
This is big, guys.
Good shot, Opti.
Nice shot down. Nautilus is hiding here.
Oh, I'm coming.
Nautilus is hiding there. Are you fine?
No cleanse. I'm looking Nautilus.
I'm coming from behind. I'm coming from behind. I'm coming from behind.
Okay. I still can look.
I'm in. China on the flex too.
Yeah. Kill them all.
Nice job.
Good job. Jack set TP.
I'm gonna break.
I'm slowly coming. Taliyah here. Taliyah ulting, guys. Look Taliyah ult.
Run one time.
Maybe I can loop.
Cassante also coming mid.
Aram is good for us.
Yeah, we see Cassante flank
Flash ulti.
on right side.
I can flash.
Play
Yeah.
Sash.
Yeah. Look Rell.
Sage.
I'm going Rell here, guys.
I'm there.
Rell 1 HP.
Kusante.
He's on flash.
Please
I got him. I got
It's
Taliyah.
not easy.
I did in 1 second.
It's hard for Zyra to get in.
Yeah, we can finish. We can burst.
First, then I want to fight after.
Yeah.
Jack's on me. I'm gonna die.
I got it. We cannot.
I'm gonna be dead.
Look Jax.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Hey, play out.
Kind of. What did I use? Kind of. It's kind of variable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna